It's crazy how few candidates got a standard 7 or above at GCSE English language last year. Only 22% managed to get higher than a 6, but most people are still missing out on the easiest way to break that ceiling. It might surprise you to hear, but it's actually creative writing that is the key to those top level marks, and I'm going to show you how to do it in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to show you 2 pieces of writing. One of them is fine, but it's going to get stuck at a grade 6. Then I'm going to show you another one, and I'm going to talk you through the simple tricks that are going to help you get the grade that you deserve. So, the question we're going to look at is a question 5 from language paper 2. It's worth 40 marks, half the marks for that paper and a quarter of the marks for the full English language GCSE qualification. Here's what it looks like. Snow seems like it is picturesque, exciting and fun, but in reality it causes accidents, inconvenience and economic disruption. Write an article for a broadsheet newspaper in which you explain your point of view on this issue. Okay, so I'm going to give you the standard response that most people are going to write, stuck at a standard 6. Here it is. To a certain extent, I agree with the statement for several reasons. Snow does look exciting and fun, especially for younger children, but it's mainly a hazard and dangerous for them too. For example, many young children like to play in the snow, but it causes accidents for them. Oh, excuse me, but my God, that was dull. I mean, it's a fine piece of writing, don't get me wrong. This candidate, I'm sure, is very intelligent, but they've fallen into a classic trap. They're writing as if they're answering one of the earlier questions doing reading analysis. They're explaining their ideas well enough, but they're not actually hitting the stuff that's in the mark scheme. For example, look at that opening. It says, to a certain extent, I agree with the statement for several reasons. The problem with that is they're being asked to write an article. No article in any magazine or broadsheet newspaper has ever started with, to a certain extent, I agree with the statement for several reasons. That just sounds like analytical writing, and that's what's being tested here, your style of writing. So now let's have a look at another example. This time, after I've read it to you, I'm going to walk you through exactly what is getting this the top level marks. Here we go. Snow. Serene, enchanting, treacherous. It cloaks the world in a pristine white blanket, transforming streets into glistening wonderlands. Yet beneath its allure lurks turmoil. Roads become perilous ice traps, vehicles spiral into chaos, businesses falter, and cities descend into paralysis. So is snow a winter marvel or a relentless menace? So what's this piece of writing doing that makes the difference? Well, there are 5 key things here. First off, the tone of the piece of writing. This sounds like an engaging article. It doesn't sound like an answer for earlier in the paper. Make sure you look at what you're being asked to write and alter your tone accordingly. Next up, vocabulary. Now, vocabulary is super important because it's marked twice in the mark scheme for creative writing, so push the amount of ambitious words that you use. The only caveat that I'd say with this is, if you don't know the meaning of the word well, then don't use it. Next up, sentence variety. Now, you want to be doing this as consciously as possible. Don't just write and hope the sentences will make sense. Make sure you're trying to include longer descriptive sentences and particularly short dramatic sentences at the start or end of sections. Look at the first sentence and the last sentence here. Very short, very dramatic, very succinct. That's going to get you marks. Next up, think about adding some descriptive writing. This really paints a picture, this scene, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. Don't just explain ideas like it's logical and rational. Do some descriptive writing. Use all of those skills in the persuasive writing section that you would when you're writing a story. And lastly, another easy one to add very, very simply is to vary your punctuation. The examiners want to see that you can use more than just full stops and commas. If you're not thinking about it because you want to get those ideas out there, then you're not going to get those marks. A quick question mark in a rhetorical question at the end of the paragraph like this one is going to get you a couple of marks, and it might push you over that grade boundary. So if you're stuck under the grade 6 ceiling, this is how you smash through. Make sure you think about the tone of the writing that you've been asked to write. Make sure you've got ambitious vocabulary throughout. Make sure you're thinking about a variety of sentences. Use some of those descriptive writing skills in your persuasive writing. And lastly, don't forget to vary your punctuation. All of those in there and you're guaranteed to get higher than a 6.